Anybody in here know about absolute value? What it is, what's it good for, where we see it, what you do for it? Wow, you're learning more in 7th grade than we learned all year in 6th grade. Mitch says he thinks he might know it.
That absolute value, if it's 7, the absolute value would be -7.
You are almost close.
I know, so
Well, and you actually said something that a lot of people think that's actually very wrong. I think that's wrong, but thank you for offering it. You need to think about it like this. First of all, the little straight up and down lines, those are the absolute value signs. Here is where Mitch went astray. That's those little bubbles here. Okay, first of all, let's do this, Mitch. Here's the deal. You said 7. If you have -7 in the absolute value signs, what that means is the absolute value of -7 is actually a +7. Now, Mitch, because of that, Mitch thought, and 90% of people think, that the absolute value of a +7 is a -7, and that is incorrect. Absolute value signs do not make things opposite. Absolute value signs make things positive. It doesn't work the other way around. I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay. The absolute value of any negative number is a positive, but the absolute value of every positive number is still a positive. Absolute values of positive numbers don't change them. Because what absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. I'll let you write that and then I will give you the short and condensed, extremely excited version of that. If you look at a number line, here's my 0, and here's my -7, and here's my +7. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Absolute value is just this distance from here to here. And what you have to remember is, you can never go a negative distance. Okay? Even if you walk backwards, if I walk from here to Yorkville backwards, how far have I gone? It's about 4 miles. Doesn't matter whether I'm going backwards or forwards. Distance can never be negative. You can never go a negative distance. Okay? You cannot draw me a line that's -2 inches. Every line you draw is going to be 2 inches. Distance is always a positive thing, and that's what absolute value does. Whether it's going from 0 to -7, that's still 7 units. Okay, or whether it's going from 0 to +7, that's still 7 units. Distance can never, ever, ever be negative. You can never travel a negative distance, and that's what absolute value tells you. So you have to be careful. You know, you don't ever do this. 7. The absolute value of -15 is +15, but the absolute value of +15 is still 15. It doesn't change it to its opposite. It just makes whatever's inside of it positive. Ooh, that's exciting. Be careful with that. And some of the things that they do here, now that you know all of that Gizmo gadget, they do some example problems here. If you are comparing -3 to -1, which one is the bigger number? Which one is bigger means more, Riley?
-1.
-1. And the reason for that is, again, if you go back to a number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you go to a number line, if I'm comparing 1 to 3, the number on the right is always bigger than anything that's on its left. So 3 is always bigger than any number that would come over here, whether it be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. -1 falls right here. -1 is bigger than anything to its left. You know, I could have -5 million, and -1 is going to be much bigger than that. And if you think about it in terms of money, it kind of makes sense. Is it better for you to owe somebody just $1 or to owe them $3? Which one is worse for you and you're going to owe more money? Is that one. Okay. It's better for you to have $0 than for you to have -500. You have more money if you owe somebody nothing than if you owe them $500. Okay. Same thing with absolute value. If I have the absolute value of 7 and I compare that to 6, which one's bigger? Keith?
Absolute value is 7.
Yeah, because the absolute value of 7 is 7. So that would be bigger. If I had the absolute value of 12 compared to the absolute value of 15, which one would be bigger? Laney, get.
15.
Yeah, because this stands for a normal 15. Stands for a normal 12. Ready to be done? Say yes.
Yes.
No, we're not. Take out a blank piece of paper. One more thing. Uno más.